Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town Grand Station, where I haven't done anything that I said I was going to do last episode. I haven't done these trains, I haven't changed anything up anywhere at all, because a new comment was left on the previous video about changing things up, and I love this idea, absolutely love it. Grandpa Jaws suggested that why not have one direction have all the natural resources, I suppose is the best way to put that, and then do production another way and the town a different way, and I just love the idea of that. I think what he was getting on about, or she, sorry, I don't know, Grandpa, I assume he, was over here we take all the natural resources, so we take all the farms and forests and stuff like that and go over there. But what I think I would rather do with this one here is put everything that requires a forester, a farm or a mine south. We run a south line down, and that's all our natural resources will go down there. We'll still put them in order of how they turn up in the list, so they are still quicker there. And then we'll do all our production going that way and then going that way. And then the town can go north. And I like that idea. I think that's an awesome idea. It does also mean that I'm going to change up this here, because at the moment we've got a rail going north here and a rail going south here, and this would work and would be fine and wouldn't be a problem at all. But we would then also need a connecting rail that goes to the north and the south rail. So we have, you know, more rails needed, more connections needed, more of this weird sorting logic, which I love. I think that's a brilliant idea. But I'm not going to do it here because I've realised I'm not central, and I did want a central station. This isn't the central tile. These are the starting 4 tiles that I started with. So these two here, and these two here are the tiles that I started with. That's where the original town was put. I did have to go back and actually watch some previous videos to try and remember exactly where it was, and it essentially was the first tile I brought was this one with the air temple in it, and then I started putting the station over here. So what if we recentered ourselves? What if we went back here, we purchased these 2 tiles and put the town up there, and we purchased those 2 tiles, put the town up there, and run the rails directly between the 2. So we know central point will be when we come down and we hit the central point right here. That doesn't mean we've got to move some things. I am going to do that. I'm going to do it off camera, because it's going to be a lot of moving backwards and forwards and changing things and yada yada yada. But yeah, I think that's kind of be the idea. And then the station's going to go in here, and we're going to have the rails come up in the centre of the station. I'm going to somehow divide these between 4 lumps, I suppose, and do it that way. So then trains will be coming in from all 4 directions and going out of all 4 directions. And on the outside rails as well, there'll be trains coming in and out. So it's going to be complicated to say the least. Now, I know I've got 4 extra stations here that aren't used. So I'm just thinking how I could split these up evenly, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows that don't actually split together. I mean, essentially we've got 14 rows, and then we've got to take away 4 from that. Is that correct? Yeah. So there's 108 items. Is that correct? That doesn't seem right. Hang on. 6 times 16 is 96. Plus 8 plus 4 is 108 items. It was 107. Oh no. There was 107, but then they added the mechanical rail and the fluid pipes, and we've decided not to use water or depleted crystals. So that's brought it down and then back up again, and so on and so forth. One other thing I think I might do as well is I might double up on the grain. I don't know about that, whether I should or not. I think our grain's doing well. This setup's doing well. I'm basically just going to highlight the lot and move it all over. I'm going to put the menu option on to allow me to pick up full stations and things like that. I do know when I move it, I lose everything on a belt, so there are some items that are just going to disappear. But, you know, it's a small price to pay. So, let's, first and foremost, let's buy these 2 tiles here. Let's purchase that one. Boom. And let's purchase, well, let me put in a rail there. Purchase that one. So I know where the center is. It just makes life easier for me. And purchase that one. There we go. Oh! What is that? That is a water temple. That's good. That's good. That means we've got 3. We've got all of them. We've got the 4th one there. So they do spawn in tiles very close to the main tower. Okay, so I would have had to expand that here to get them temples anyway. So that's fine. I was a little worried that I was going to get trading posts or something. Which would not be ideal. I don't know why these are glowing. And the new ones don't glow. I don't get that, but whatever. Yeah, I was worried that I was going to get some trading posts to turn up. They're new in the updates and they would be in the way because I'd have to move them, but I guess not. I guess we're okay. Okay, so this is where the new rail is going to come in. And down that land there. So the new rail is going to come in here. And then I need to figure out a way to have a 4-way go. I think I might just literally have a loop. It might come up, it might go left, go back, go right, go back. You know, they always turn whatever way they need to go and then do the full loop of all the stations. So they'd come up in the center here, they'd go left to go through all the stations, go right through all the stations, come back in and then go down. And the pushers and sorted was just sort them the way they need to go depending on who they are. So, you know, we'd have a north and a south one and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so that's the idea. That's the plan. It's going to be the same sort of system as here. We're going to have the rail. We're going to have a couple of gaps before the station. The only reason I made them this size is because that's the size that the foresters fit in. So there was no other real, you know, secret formula to that at all. I don't think we have anything here we need right now. Although we do need more iron and stuff like that as well. But we are pretty close to getting stuff. That was something else I did notice last episode and I messed up on that. That requires 4, so really this should be if it's less than 4. So that it at least gets some in. Otherwise nothing's ever going to happen there. So there we go. So that'll get a 4 in. And it will go, and then when it runs lower than 4, we'll send some more crystals over there. So I'm really hoping that I can also, whilst doing this, get the base upgraded again with some books. That's kind of the goal. So, as I said, I'm going to move some things off camera. So let me go into the editor. Let me go into the rules, global rules, and down the bottom here, move storage buildings, I'm going to turn on. I could do this without that. I could happily run the trains up here, connect them up and get them all on their way and build more things and move stuff the legitimate way. But I don't really see the point to it. You know, the other thing I could do as well is just turn off all the resources, use up what we've got, and then do that, and then build a new train station and then move the stuff from one train station to another. You know, I could do that. I have done that with some previous stuff before where I had to move some things. So that is something that is doable. But you know, for now, I'm just going to move things as they are. That seems to just that's the way we're going to go, because that's the way I want to do it. So I should be back once I've moved some things down here, I'll show you. In fact, let me show you at least one of them now. Let's do the forester, because the forester is going to be the first thing. So let's do that, and let's remove the grabbers for a moment, and I need to clear out this area here. So let's flatten down the ground. And let's remove all the resources as well, because we're going to be putting our own down. And let's go to the mining layer and remove them under there as well, just so it gets rid of the brown grass on top, or grey grass on top, I should say. There we go. Now the grass is nice and green. Nice and flat. I do need to figure out where I'm going to go with this though. I think you can just come down here and pretty much start right here. Although do I want to have barns here instead of on because at the moment I've got them on a central rail going up and down, so this one would feed the north rail, and then we'd have one over here feeding the south rail, as well as the left right. So what I think I might do then is change this up so we have a barn on the entrance and exit. So they come in, they get fuel, they do their thing, they leave, they get fuel. So if the station's going to be here, which will be between these two lines here, because I kind of need to leave it between those two lines for space wise, that would mean I just want to put a barn here. Basically, I want to yeah, I want to just grab this really. If I did that and copied it, oh, I can't, because it won't let me put rails down top of rails, will it? No, it won't. So it's going to come down to here. Oh, there's a lump there. Shoot. I suppose I want to leave at least one gap before the rail hits, don't I? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's do that. So let's go copy. It doesn't really matter which way around they go. Oh, I don't know how large. So you're up to there. So I want to put it to there. And then the forester is one. Yep, it's one away from the edge. Awesome. Okay, and it's got fuel loaders, and that will do its thing. That's awesome. I'm just going to steal the wood from there. And then also put a grabber in there again to move over to this wood here. So yeah. We'll do that. There we go. And that'll fill them with the 50 wood. And we're using up the wood from these barns here. Which means we're not particularly wasting stuff. We're not wasting stuff. We have wasted. We have wasted lots of stuff. But that's just kind of how it goes, I think. I need to figure out this over the top rail as well, because if we're going to come in here and we're going to have like one set of stations here, one set of stations there, one there, and one there, so there's going to be essentially 4 segments of stations. these rails are going to cross, and I don't want them crossing. I'd much rather have the train go up and over. But I don't know whether I want the left-right production rail or whether I want the north-south one to go up and over. I think I want the production one to go over. I think east-west. East-west will go over. Okay, there we go. I think that's all done and dusted and is full. Awesome sauce. And you, of course, are still using fuel from these barns, so I think you're using fuel from barns. You should be. Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, stuff is still happening. Awesome. And there's damn it. Yeah, I copied it from the train, didn't I, and pasted it down. That means that the filter is going to be water. Okay, so I've got things to fix. Makes sense. And stuff to move, and so on and so forth. But what I need to do is basically shut down production of everything so that I can move things. So you've stopped because of that there. So the school's going to require something or other to do this. But that's fine. That's fine. Because we can remove this and we can figure something out for the school. Not to worry. Not to worry. Okay. So if I was to... I want to copy all this, but I don't really want to copy that line there. So this is the forester. Goes to that one there, so we want to leave a space. So, oh, excuse me. That's not important. Let's remove these tracks here. Because that's actually an outside line, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot about that. So how do we want to do this? Do we want to go? Let's go around the clock. Let's always keep it on the right hand side. So the forester is going to go here, because essentially the forester is on the north side, and then when we're dealing with going south, we turn the camera 90 degrees, so the forester goes on the north side. Okay, which means that then when we turn that way and we go this way, whatever's going to be on the bottom side here, which would be interesting because I can then move the pickups around, because that would make sense in my head. That would make sense in my head. We're still going to have a drop-off line at the top and bottom, and then we're going to have the drop-off line in the centre, going left, north, east, west. So this line will just go up, connect to it, and then they'll do all their thing. And right, so let's just press tab here. Let's highlight this whole bang, like that. And let's go. No, let's not. Let's wait for that train to go by. I don't know what happens if you move stuff with a train on it. We're going to find out right now, because I don't know what that does. Oh, and I'm going to move that edge, aren't I? I don't want to do that. I'm going to grab all of that, but I don't want to grab the line we're supposed to have. I'm going to go move, click, come down here, and the foresters don't want to be there. They want to be there, like that. It doesn't move the trees. Yeah, I think that's fine. Moving doesn't move natural resources. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Put some grabbers in there. Put some grabbers in there. And I suppose we've got to replant the trees. Oh, the foresters are actually one smaller than they should be. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, the foresters are one smaller than they need to be because of we had these gaps in between. We could technically move them over by one, and then gain an extra few bits there. And I could run the belts or the chutes above and then put the foresters, put the trees in, but it's working. It's working like this, so let's just leave it at that. And let's plant a tree. Or several. There we go. I think that's filled in all those. Awesome. Then we can just connect that up there. Don't need you. Okay, and we need to redo these rails here. Redo the sensors, but the sensors aren't going to be where the sensors are going to be because the sensors are odd. So if you move stuff with trains on it, apparently the train doesn't move. That's fine. So if we're going to be driving on the right, are we going to drive on the right? Yes, we're driving on the right. That means you're going to come down. It means you're going to technically cross the rail, which is... Oh, actually, no. Hang on. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Because this should be rotated that way. And I can't put it down because it's occupied. But if I grab like that and then rotate it and then put it there, no, it still says occupied. That's awkward. That's awkward. So I've got to move it over here. Oh, it leaves the trees behind. Oh, okay. Come on. Then move, and I want to put you there. Okay, awesome. There we go. Do I really have these still? I do. I have these crossing. Can't do anything about that though, can I? No, these cross on the way in, so I still need to do something about this because we're going to be coming down the right-hand rail. So we'll join this, and then we'll come back and join the left-hand rail on the way up because that's how it should work. So you want to come in. Let's not leave it there anymore. I'm going to come in one inside here, which is a much longer track than we originally had. That's fine. And then we're going to do that. Move wood to there. Move you. Oh, that needs to actually be one longer than that, like that. There we go. Move the blocker to there, that to there, and that to there. And I've kind of realised 1,000 is good, but not good for everything because some trains can bring more than 1,000. But yeah, then we need to figure out where this needs to point to. So, you know, right now I'm just going to point to itself, which means it's going to probably unlock, which it is. And then I'll need to grab the train, put the train down there, and turn that on. Is that gonna? It's gonna turn itself off, yeah. Well, we're gonna move the train back there and then stop it. There we go. Okay. Okay, so there we go, and then that's gonna go up, and that's gonna connect to. I don't know where that's gonna connect to. Because we now have a train coming up. Well, it's got to connect to one of these rails, isn't it? But it's technically on the bottom, so that means all natural resources need to go on the southern line. So I need to reorder stuff here. And it doesn't matter about reordering stuff. That's fine, because all I need to do is change these sorters. It's not an issue. Not an issue at all. So, yeah, that's... So, yeah, that's... that is essentially what is going to happen here. I'm going to be moving the coal down here. I would like to get the coal thing done. So I might wait for that as well. I might put in some weird like top of the thing and just turn off all the production on things. Just stop it all so stuff empties out on belts and things like that. Hopefully, although I think a lot of stuff isn't actually going to get used. I might up these again and then turn them off again if that makes sense. We might turn on some of these to use up goods on the belts. As I said, when you move items, anything on a chute or a belt just disappears. I don't think it goes to the base. Let's have a look at the base here. So we've got all this here. Okay. So let me move. Let me move this here. So if I press tab, select that, and then go move to there. This is boxed up stone. So move it to there. See, it disappears. And if I move it back, it disappears. But it ends up in the base. Okay, so we don't lose anything. So I don't need to turn off production. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is all good. All I need to do as well is remember, every time I do something like this, to grab the train, and I need to change you to be south because you are a south train. Like so. And then the box carts need to be off and need to be filtered for wood. I can actually just go packed wood like that, which is probably something I should do. Ooh. Yeah, I should filter it to packed wood and make sure it stays on packed wood. And using this filter, not that filter, because they are different and do weird things. So he's now south train, so he knows that when he ends up in the, well, he won't end up in the central rail because he's going to be on the side, and his station might end up down here. I don't know. We'll figure out where the stations need to go. But I'm going to do all this off camera between episodes. Because you can see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to move stuff around and do things like that. I'm going to get all the buildings moved. I'm going to leave the stations where they are, but I'm going to get all the buildings moved, all the production buildings moved as far best I can. We're going to move some of these along out the way, sort of temporarily, and then we'll move them to where their new homes are going to be. When I figure out where the new home's going to be, because yeah, I mean the production buildings can be any site; they don't matter whatsoever. So we might just do the same. We might just go up and just go, well, hey, so the first one's going to be let's grab this here. So that's a natural resource, so we ignore that. So the first one's going to be planks, ignore that. The second one's going to be stone, ignore that. Third one's going to be iron, ignore that. Gold, ignore that. Reinforced planks, so on and so forth, and do it that way. And I think we're going to stick with the 8. We're going to do 8 in a row, along, and then 8 down there. But then what I might do is I might do the next 8 on this side, going up. So I mean, that would mean the early goods are closer, and then the later goods would be much further away. Which I don't think really matters, if I'm honest with you. I mean, we're going to have issues with it anyway. There's that, or there's also the opportunity of just expanding out, making the thing fatter, and going. We do 8 here, and then we do 8 above it, and then 8 above that. So the west rail goes along and then goes that way, and then the central rail down there, and then And then that's that could be a thing. I mean, if we went 8 over, that would take us to, let me just look here. 1, 2, ignore that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is technically metal conveyor belts. So we go along the top roads at metal conveyor belts, and then we could do the next 8 above it or below it, I should say, and then the next 8 on the other side, on the west side. So whatever the next 8 are, and then the next 16 on the west side, because we do 8 above, 8 below, and then the next one we come to, which would be red or something. I don't know the exact numbers here, but instead of going along here, we could put it above here, which would mean more weird rails. They could share this rail as a drop off, but they need a pickup rail above, which would mean I'd have to run the north-south rail in the center. We then have to have a rail coming off. I don't know how to do that. No, we could do that. We could do that, because I could quite happily have this rail is obviously the third rail here, which would be south, but this is the drop-off south rail. So there's no reason why this rail couldn't come down and then have like a filter saying, hey, actually, if you are bread, chicken, cheese, whatever, go down this one, because that's where you want to go. Pick it up, then come back and join. And then it will come down even further, and we'll come down to like here. And if you are not apples, you know, if you are wooden planks, axes, pickaxes, go this way, because then there's another one down here. And then we'd have a much bulkier system with a central station. The town could be above it here. We could put multiple towns in. So I like that. I like that idea. So let me know what you think, and we shall take it from there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope to see you again next time. Until then, as always, have fun.